Hey, what's going on, guys? We got some goodies for the bike today. Let's check them out. Alright, guys. So we got some Service fork covers. I went ahead and picked up some of those fork shoe covers for the bottom of the forks. Cleans it up a little bit, protects it. New grips, those will probably go on last because I still got to do the steering stop modification, so I don't want to dirty these up, taking the bars off and on and whatnot, so those will go on last. But we got some new grips. I always go with the ODI half waffle lock-ons. These are like my favorite grips. They have multiple different colors and they're the super soft limited edition pro compound ones, so excited for those. We got some OEM Yamaha bolts for the fork cover, and we got the bracket for the brake line. I'm gonna reroute all that. Still unsure if I'm gonna do the YZ250 brake setup on it or not for the front brake. We'll just see how that goes. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably still run this setup for now, but eventually I'll probably switch it. And we got a Service, or a Cherbis, however you guys like to say it. I always called it a Service. Front disc guard, so that's gonna look real nice on there. And then this is the bracket that comes with it. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then I ordered another skid plate. This is a Duval skid plate. I had one on the bike originally, which sucks because it was powder coated when I had all my stuff powder coated years ago. It was powder coated black, but last time I went out to the dunes, I brought the bike back home, unloaded it, put it on the stand. I had washed it when we were at the dunes, and then I went to go wash it again just because sand gets everywhere on these things. They're never clean. So I kept looking at it and was like, something's off, something doesn't look right, and noticed that my skid plate was missing. So it fell off at the dunes and I didn't hear it or see it or notice it, which was how oblivious I was to it being gone. So, and part of the reason that I found out it was missing, not just because it wasn't there, but this bracket that's on the skid plate actually stayed on my bike and was rattling. So I had started it after I washed it and was wondering what the hell was rattling. I kept checking all the bolts, was looking around, kept touching stuff while it was running to see if it would stop rattling. Could not figure it out for the life of me, and I ended up noticing my skid plate was missing and saw that there was just one piece of the bracket left, so it fell off somewhere at the dunes and I don't know where it went. So someone's enjoying it or it's buried in the sand. So I got another one of those. I don't think I'm going to powder coat it, and I don't think I'm going to spray paint it. I think I'm going to get it Cerakoted, but I'm kind of undecided on what color I want to do. I'm either thinking burnt bronze because I really like that color, or we'll probably just do black again. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll put it on the bike probably for now. Definitely before I go to the dunes again, because we're going around 4th of July time. I'm going to put it on before I ride the bike next. Either way. But I do want to paint it. I just don't know what color, but it's going to be Cerakote, that's for sure. Alright, let's start getting some of this stuff on the bike. Alright guys, so I pretty much have most of the stuff to put this stuff on right now. If I need any more tools, I'll go grab them out of the toolbox, but for the most part, I think I got everything I'm going to need right now. I think I'm going to start with the fork shoes, and then I'll move on to the fork covers themselves and get the brake line routed and stuff, and then I'll probably finish last with the brake rotor guard. We'll just, either way, I gotta take this stuff loose, so we'll figure out what we're gonna do as we go. Okay. Take that loose. Grab my 12 millimeter. Take these bolts out. Oh, sorry, that's a 10. My bad. 10 millimeter, not 12. Same thing on this side. Actually, I lied. I think I'm going to start with the fork guards first, then I'll move on to the fork shoe covers and then the brake rotor guard. We'll just do it that way. Perf. Alright, let's open up my bag of bolts here that I have. Splendid. Okay, one half of the brake mount, other half of the brake mount. Let's go ahead and open these up. Get them all set up, ready to go. Like that. Okay. These are the two nuts for the brake cable holder, or brake line, sorry, it's not really a cable. And these should all be the same bolts. And this one gets 1, 2, 3. They each get 3. Trash aside. Alright, so there's those 3. Other 3 are for the other side. And I will put this stuff on that side. Okay. So let's put our guard on. So and I'm gonna have to grab probably my 8mm ratchet wrench to get to that one tight bolt. We will see. That's on there. And I will grab my ratchet wrench. Good old trusty handy dandy ratchet wrench. Snug. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to look and see how that bracket goes again. I can't remember if it goes this way or if it goes this way. Pretty sure it goes this way, actually. I think I just answered my own question. Pretty sure it goes like that. which makes most sense to me. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll look it up. Silly Ryan. Okay, so let's get that brake caliper facing the right way. Here, like so. I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna fiddle with this last. I don't really like how that's sitting. Just let that sit there for now. Side. Alright, I'll go ahead and get this fart guard on this side. And once I get that on, I will come back to you guys. Alright guys, so I decided I'm gonna run the 07 brake setup. I'm not gonna run my setup. I don't like the way the cable routes with this one. I might be able to just switch the cable, but I found a really nice setup for like $115 for the master cylinder, the caliper, the brake line, everything. So I'm just gonna go that route and not have to deal with all that. The mount's how it's supposed to be. I got the guards, I had to trim them a little bit to get them to fit. So they'll be ready to go on. They'll fit quite nicely. They'll go on there how I want. And then I'll go ahead and put that disc guard on there now. So in order to do that, first we need our disc guard. And make sure you guys can see okay still. Looks like you guys can. You gotta take the axle nut off, and then you gotta push it out. And then once you get it pushed out, you just need to get that spacer out, and this new piece, if you guys can see it, it has a spacer built onto the bracket, so that's going to replace the spacer on the rotor side. So I won't need this spacer in there anymore. That can come out. So we'll go ahead and take that out. Where did my mallet? There's my mallet. Okay. So we'll just pop that through. Oh, a little too much, but okay, that'll work. Alright, so good way to damage my rotor, I guess. We'll go ahead and take this spacer out. My hand's got grease on it now. Alright, so I'm going to take that spacer out. And then I'll let that sit gently like that. I'm going to grab a rag and I'm going to grab some grease. I'm going to grease up that new spacer so we can get that on there. First things first, let's open this guy up and assemble it. Okay. Put that like that. And that's gonna go like that. Okay. We got our 3mm, I believe. They're Allen keys. So we'll go ahead and put those guys in real quick. bracket in there. I'm pretty sure these are pretty easy to put on. I haven't put one on before because I haven't had one. I've had some on other bikes, but I've never had one on this one. Alright. Go ahead and get these tight. There's 3 screws total. Okay, got those tight. Now I want to grease up that spacer, the edge that goes into the seal of the rim, and the inside where the actual bolt is going to go through. Or I should say the seal of the hub, but the rim assembly. Toe. Hopefully this goes on okay. It doesn't aggravate me. Push that axle bolt through more. There we go. Alright. Looks like we got it. Okay. I'm gonna switch sides. I'm gonna go on the other side so I can see. Then basically, you'll want to line it back up. Close, guys. Okay. Looks like we're in. Go ahead and give her a couple taps. So far we're looking okay. Put this nut on, see if I can pull it through. It's not through all the way. What is it hitting on? It's hitting on something. I'll be back in a sec. I gotta figure out. So it's like hitting on something, so I'll be back in a second. Literally right when I stopped the camera, I got it to go through. It just needed a little bit more firmer tap with the mallet. I just didn't want to force it too much in case it was binding on something. But we're good. So that's on. Now put my fork guards on. My fork caps on, I mean. Sorry, excuse me. Not using the proper terms here. Hell yeah. Nice and snug. So we'll go ahead and tighten that guy up. Forks look good. Cinch this side down. I'm not gonna torque any of this right now because I'm probably gonna have to take it back off anyways. I gotta do the steering stem piece up there. I gotta modify it for the triple clamps. The steering stop, sorry. Brain fart. So I'll have to get that done. That's gonna drive me nuts. Let's see. Be back in a sec. Alright guys, well we ended up getting it. Sorry I had to keep cutting the video off and on. This was like very temperamental putting it together. Because one plastic wants to fit a certain way against another piece, so, but we finally got it. And she looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. All around, I think it looks pretty great. It's definitely going to serve its purpose. I'll just need to do the front brake. And that's pretty much it. I'll be able to take her out and test ride her and check it all out. Not bad though, guys. I'm digging that fork guard for sure. I was gonna run old school and put a side grill on and all white, but I came across that one and it's vented, and that's what everybody's running nowadays, so kind of keep it old school and modern at the same time. Next, I'll be doing the steering stop. I'm not gonna do it today though, but I got this piece of metal that I cut out. And so I'm gonna go get a template off my dad's YZ250 since it's the aluminum frame, and I'll come back and just cut out the template for that, and I'll probably just hack my stopper I have on there now off and put this one on. But I'll at least have it hopefully pre-made before I go to weld it on, so that way I'm not sitting there messing around with grinding here and cut off wheel that. Hopefully it'll just be straight on and we'll be done and we'll be able to take this thing out. Alright guys, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll have more content soon, so stick around and stay tuned.